Now, Matthew Hayden, I'm quite sure every cricket fan across Australia wants to know just a couple of things. Why did you make this decision and why now?
I mean, after 37 years and 20 of those playing professional cricket, I really just thought that this was the opportunity to close the door on that side of my life. Look, I've loved absolutely every second of it. It's a decision which is a very difficult one to make because I absolutely love the game of cricket. It's everything about the baggy green I'm very proud of. Its culture, the fact that it's survived for so long amongst all the other competitive sports. It's summer, it's cricket, it's something which I will miss enormously. So the decision that I made was by no means done in any light way. So to come back to my home port, which is exactly what I wanted to do, to spend some time around my family, to get involved in my family life again, even if it's just to step out of the bubble for a few minutes. And as you know, it's a pretty busy household with 3 kids running around it as well, to get some quality time talking to Kel. I just thought it was so important to clarity of thought and make sure that Kel and I were both happy to move on with our lives and go in a different direction.
It must have been a difficult summer for you, trying to get up to the high standard you've set yourself. You intimated in the press conference today that you could have got back up to that standard you believed, but it would have been very tough. Would it have been so tough that it just wasn't worth it? Is that what you were saying?
Oh yeah, look, to talk to a Hayden like that, that's fighting words.
Well, go on, have a go at me. Come on, hit it back at me.
Well, I think, I've been at this crossroads, if you could call this a crossroad, 7, 8 times in my career. So the actual fear of not reaching it, the high pinnacle, I've got zero of. I think for my mind, it was all about exactly what I said before, and that was just whether it was within my heart of hearts and my family's hearts of hearts. And look, even up to the day, which was late Sunday afternoon, look, love, I think that, this is the time. It says, Kel says, you're sure about that, that we'll be here, that we'll be flying the flag and making sure that you want to do what you love to do. And that was Sunday, that was yesterday, or the day before yesterday. So it's just, you know what, in my heart of hearts, I feel so comfortable with our decision.
That may all be true, but I have to ask you this, from cricket fans around Australia too will want to know. There was no call from the selectors, there was no word in your ear, time's up?
No, nothing sinister at all. In fact, I've spoken to all the selectors over the duration of either today or yesterday, and I think more than anything, the only advice that I've been given has been one of just, look, we're really proud of you, what you've established for the team. They speak a lot about team, which is exactly the kind of information that I want to know. It's not about how I'm going or what I've got to do. It's more about, whether the culture, which I've been a part of, gracefully been humbled by being a part of, is ready to move on. And I just felt it was the right time, and they fully endorsed that.
But just let's go back then, if you like, on this career that you have had. And you said today that basically you've loved every minute in the baggy green. But what perhaps is the outstanding moment that you could share with us, let us know, out of that memory bank that you've got?
Look, I really believe that our culture was starting to go through transition around that Ashes time. We saw the impact that the great Glenn McGrath had when we were over in England last time. He slipped over on the ball, and suddenly we didn't have him in our side. And I thought at the time, that's a bit of a culture shock in a lot of ways. But mate, I was very proud of the fact that we regrouped that next summer. And we really did get into the English that summer, and that took some soul searching by the players, took some digging around at our culture to explore what was right for us moving forward and what wasn't, and to iron out the creases that winter, and then come into it full bore again, and present ourselves like we have done for a long time. Today
you also said that part of cricket's journey is the relationship you forge. Now, Justin Langer and you forged an extraordinary relationship. What was it about that man that made you able to hit it off and do so well together?
Justin had an enormous strength of character, and I was a witness to that as his fellow opening batter. He'd never shirk the fight. In fact, he really, if you go to the dictionary, he should be there, underfight.
Is that right?
He was proud as punch, mate. He was a good man, a man of integrity, a man of great honour and culture. He loved his family, and he loved and never ever took for granted the fact that when he put the baggy green on his head, it was an honour and a privilege. And I've learned a lot from Justin. I've shared so many great emotions with JL and my other little wingman that I was so privileged to have in the press conference today in Ricky Ponting. That sort of formed the engine room of our partnerships. And lock, stock and barrel, if you could sum him up, he's just a bloody good bloke.
Now, you had a very long career, but could you sum up for us what was your essential approach to the game?
I played it exactly how I saw it. I was trying for a dynamic cut shot and chopped it on. But I know that the sporting gods are a cynical bunch, and I know the vagrancies of having luck in the game as well. And you don't ask for it and you don't expect it, and you just move on and you just play it how you see it. That's my opinion of the game. It's a very, very simple game, but it's a very, very hard game. And so you've got to be on the back of forging character, because being such a long game as well, that you're going to have plenty of days where you're not going to go so well. But the important thing about our culture is that someone at some point is going to have a great day. And so you just pile into that and make sure that he's having the best day of his life when it's his turn. That's
a good way to look at it. Going to the future, you singled out, it seemed, Indigenous cricket as something that you would like to put something into. Do you believe that we can have more Indigenous Test cricketers and that we should have?
Oh, mate, absolutely. I mean, the natural skill sets of our Indigenous community are phenomenal. And I would love to, and I'm very passionately going to pursue this avenue. And I know I've got some great people in my corner, including the Prime Minister, who also has a passion and a great love for the game and a great love for the Indigenous community. And we've got a dream, and that is the baggy green. And we want to see our next Indigenous cricketer don it. That's Cricket Australia's dream, and I'm here to say, mate, however that can work and happen, I'm willing to support that.
That's fantastic. Finally then, can you sum up for us, and this is a tough one for a sportsman, I guess, but how do you want to be remembered?
I want to be remembered in terms of what era of cricket and cricketers that I was playing amongst. That's really, it's as simple as that. I think long after the stats and the scoreboard remain still, the most valuable asset that I've been able to attain from sport is tremendous relationships right around the world. None stronger, more stronger than the actual direct community, but that's right in through the media corps as well. And I know that there's been a lot of criticism, but you know what, I respect that criticism. I want to front up to that criticism, and I want to make sure on those days that I'm having a bad day as well that I'm talking about it and communicating it as well, because they're also on my side, and a lot of people are on my side when it comes to the good days. So it's really a toast to Australia. I'm very proud of the fact that I've played for Australia, very proud of the fact that I've played for Queensland, and very proud of the fact that I've been able to represent my family that have given so much to me over such a long and privileged career.
Well, Matthew Hayden, you've given us lots of good memories too, and we appreciate you talking to us. Thanks very much.
It's a great pleasure.